In today's video, we will be painting something super pretty, quite easy, and here it is, our super gorgeous butterfly. I'm gonna tell you how exactly I'm cutting my papers, what I'm using, what tools, which colors. I'm gonna show it to you all. Step by step, we will learn how to paint a gorgeous, super easy butterfly. Let me show you the papers that I'm using. You can pause video at any time and let me give you an advice of how to actually cut it. I'm cutting it in two sort of ways. It helps me to use the paper in the best way possible. You can pause the video and you can have a look at exact measurements, and this is how I'm using it mostly for my flowers, for my butterflies, for smaller flowers. Those two could be also used for the butterfly, as you can tell, and for some smaller flowers. The little paper strip that you see, I usually use it to try my colors, to maybe create a color palette for my project. Here are some examples. Sometimes the measurements can be a little bit different. Now for the butterflies, especially for today's one, I will be using A5 size, which is half of the A4. As you can tell, just a big paper, it's cut in half, and that's the kind of easiest way. Now the brushes, that's interesting subject. Let me show you. These are only the black one is watercolor brush seemingly, and the rest are not. However, I have used them all and I love them all, and they are workable, absolutely. You can see only the difference. You can see that it's kind of like an oval shape of the bristles for the black brush, and I think that's the good difference in between those. The teal brush and the other one are not watercolor, but honestly you can use whatever flat brush you have. Now I'm trying the colors, trying to come up with the color palette for our butterfly, and let's start. Little dots, little dots. This is how we're gonna start our butterfly, and I think it's a great little trick, great little technique, because honestly, in my life, I have painted several butterflies before, and it always had been a struggle. I always had to draw with my pencil the shape of butterfly and just kind of color it in. I just never really felt free with my butterfly. I never felt comfortable. I never felt confident. But this technique, it's actually changing my way of seeing the butterflies. And also, as you can tell, these are the only 4 butterflies I have painted before with the dots, and this is the 5th one painted with you here. And really, this technique, the dots, it's giving us opportunity to not only be free in our art, but to truly create a very different butterfly each time. It is very time-consuming process, I have to say. Interesting part, I'm left-handed, but I'm using right hand right now. So I swapped for the butterfly. For some reason, it is just so much easier for me, and I'm not right-handed. I'm completely left-handed, and I love painting it like now. I'm very much comfortable, but then for the other side, I am swapping my hand, and you know what? Just try it out. Maybe it will work for you, and it's kind of interesting as well to see. Now these two parts of butterfly have connected with each other. Don't worry if they do, it's fine. In the real life, butterflies probably don't look like that much because this one is more magical, and in the real life they do connect their wings, so that's okay. Now when you have the basic kind of startup of a shape, this is where I started moving the pigment, moving the water, that you could see that it's still there. Everything is still wet, but I have been trying to kind of make up the shape. And if you will look closely, the purple butterfly in the right corner was sort of the initial, let's say, the idea for this butterfly. However, the shape, I think it's a mixture of 2 other butterflies, which is interesting because I don't think it's possible to create exactly the same butterfly. I'm adding a different color right now, the darker color, to our edges because I just like it. I find it quite nice that we making this contrast between the the wings, I mean, that the edges are darker, and I like that. I do like that. And with the painting itself, sometimes the pigment doesn't go as maybe we wish, and it's okay to redo it, to change the shape, to fix it in a way. I wouldn't be worried about it. I think the sooner we get rid of the idea that everything is perfect and perfectionism and that every move should be perfect, and if it's not working, then oh, it's too late. No, you can always redo stuff, you can change it, you can add it up a little bit. As I'm painting this butterfly, you can see that each of those wings, they are different. They're not like a mirror effect. They're not like exactly the same. So you know, it's fine, it's fine. When everything was still wet, I decided to add some white watercolor paint. Can't remember the brand of this one, but any white watercolor would work. And I know what they say, don't use white, but I love it. I don't mind using white. And this one is some other darker, also Daniel Smith, some darker grayishy color. So you can see that the middle part of this butterfly is like the other three butterflies, but the wings are like the purple one. So it's a little bit of a mixture, and I like that idea because you do learn with each butterfly. You get the idea from each of them. Each go will teach you something. Look, I just dried the butterfly and I'm putting everything heavy on top for 5-10 minutes, then lift it up and everything is dry and it's the paper is straight. Because I have been asked, how do you manage to have your paper straight? This is exactly how I do with every single little watercolor painting that I've done. When everything is wet and ready to be dry, I do dry it to make it a little bit faster. I'm using heating tool. You can use hair dryer, no problem. And when my paper is still warm, super warm, I quickly put something heavy like cardstock, some sort of books, because this will be like your iron really. And in 5-10 minutes, it's cooled down and it's gonna straighten it. So that's the little trick, and it works every time. And if it doesn't, then repeat it, just add extra heat and do it again. Now this process I have speeded up a little bit, as you can tell, because it's just making lines and those veins in the butterfly. Again, I have been looking at the real butterflies, and of course I'm following some kind of look, but I think the more I will be painting those butterflies, I hope, and I will, and I really hope that I will be doing it my very own sort of artistic way. I wish the butterflies to be more magical, more fairyland, which this one is. I love how it looks like it's kind of melting. I love that effect, absolutely. And it was inspired by the purple butterfly, and the purple butterfly is in the short version on the channel. I'll give you the link to it in the description as well for those butterflies if you wish to see those. And this video is the very first long chatty video where I chat and explain, and you see the whole process. The other 4 butterflies are the short version. The pink green one is not yet on the channel, actually. It will be soon. So a little sneak peek to you. Now the veins, however you make them, do you know what? Just take your time, because it does take time. The whole process, how to add elements and where, it is a process that it's time consuming, and you need to be patient about it. I truly believe that you need to be very much patient, and it will pay off. It will be just pretty because you will take your time. Now then I'm adding just final touches, and I've added some purple marker. Actually, this was oil marker, because I had questions about the other butterflies. What's the yellow? What's the teal color? These were the oil markers, and this one is Posca. It's acrylic marker, as far as I remember. I can't remember Posca. Everyone knows Posca, a white marker that it's so great. And I'm adding the details to the butterfly. Now again, it is kind of similar on both sides, but I suggest you not to worry about it and don't stress over having exactly the same sides. Yes, the real butterflies usually are exactly the same on both sides, but I think it's okay if yours is not, and I'm not really bothered and worried that my butterfly is a little different on the left than to right. That's okay, you know, it's not symmetrical, and I don't think it has to be. It's your vision, it's your art, and you know, it's just a learning curve as well, and it's just great to allow yourself for the mistakes, but also for trials, and to allow yourself be free and make whatever makes your heart smiling and happy. And that's what I suggest all the time. Whether you do butterflies, whether you do flowers, just try your best and enjoy the process. Here is the other little touches of the pink color this time, and also oil marker. I love them, I have to say. It's the first time I have been using them. The first time using them is on my butterflies, so it's quite interesting to see how it's working and how it looks lovely on the other butterflies as well. Here not that much noticeable, but actually it's lovely. And then outlining the white elements and just finishing touches. My beautiful friends, I really hope that this tutorial was helpful, and if it was, I would love you to let me know which is your absolute favorite butterfly, and will you be trying to paint this one? Do you think that this was good enough, or would you like me to repeat and make more of these butterflies in the chatty format where I chat and show you the whole process? Let me know. Maybe I could do maybe 3 butterflies in one go, so we have 3 different, sort of the same approach, but see how it's gonna be. Is it possible to have 3 exact the same butterflies one after another with different colors, but trying to do exactly the same dots? How about that? Maybe you could let me know. I truly enjoyed making them, and it's not easy, I have to say. I'm more comfortable with the flowers, but I really love the final look of these, and I'm very excited to paint another one. So here it is. Thank you so very much again for watching. I love you guys. Yeah, let me know which is your absolute favorite. I cannot wait to hear from you. Have a beautiful day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Happy painting.